There's always this argument, what is our national dish? Some people say bhurti, chicken pie, lamb pie, whatever. But the bottom line is, the dish that I think most people enjoy every weekend virtually is Paarman. But let's look at Paarman and give it a little bit of a classy twist. What we're going to do this morning is we're going to use game sausage and we're going to jazz up the meal a bit. And the Italians call meal polenta. And what we have here is 4 cups of boiling water, and into that we're putting some chicken stock powder. It gives a lovely flavor to the polenta. And the big trick when you're making meal in any formal way is to add it slowly. And this is now slop pop. I'm not making staver pop or putu pop here. So just add it gently while you're stirring, right? And then put a lid on. If you've got a very tight lid, then you may want to put your lid slightly skew, but this one has got a little hole in, so it's quite handy. We're going to add a little bit of butter to that afterwards, and the trick of the trade is blue cheese. Blue cheese gives the most delicious flavor to the polenta. And then just to put the cherry on the cake, we're going to enrich it with a little bit of butter. But let's start with the sausage now. Just remember, while the polenta is cooking, to give it a good stir every now and again. Now let's get to the sausage. This is some beautiful game sausage. And because it's a nice thick sausage, and you know, we are using a non-stick pan, I do think that 500 grams is going to be enough. Now, I'm not going to cook the sausage all tight in a curl like that. Spread the sausage out so that you've got a nice wide curl in the pan, so that the cooking takes place quicker. And what we're going to do here is to cook the sausage just at a reasonably high heat until you can hear that everything is beginning to sizzle. Then you turn the heat to a medium-low heat and you cook the sausage gently. If you try and cook it full blast, it's going to burst. We've turned the heat down now. Janet, would you mind turning it right down to low? And now we can put the lid on, otherwise splatter, splatter, splatter all over the show. But really at this stage, cook it at a low heat. That'll give you the very best results. Now, we've got the onion here, and an excellent tip when you are going to do onions for any dish. Always season the onions first, because that, I'm going to use about a teaspoon, and in this case we're using the meat spice, but you can certainly use green onion seasoning or seasoned sea salt or whatever, just to get the water running in the onion. And they've also now proven that if you leave onions with seasoning on it, it releases many of the flavors, or any vegetable for that matter. So season your vegetables for stir fries or onions for pan frying well ahead of time. There's our sausage, looking perfectly right. Yeah, nice and golden brown. Don't be tempted to overcook the sausage, because it is going to go back into the sauce. Come, baby. There we are. Now into this little bit of fat that we've got left over, we put the onions that we've already seasoned. we give them a good stir, and this is where the lid is fantastic. Cover your onions with a lid, because what they're going to do now is they're going to wilt, and they're going to smear, and they're going to slowly brown. While we're waiting for the onions, let's just look at our polenta. You can see we've got a beautiful thick consistency, and I can feel that it's just beginning to stick to the bottom of the pot, which is a reason why one must keep stirring regularly, and a whisk is the perfect tool to do the stirring with. We're not ready to add the blue cheese yet. I don't want to boil it with the blue cheese. We'll add that just before we dish up. Now at this stage we can add the garlic. Don't add the garlic too soon, because you don't want the garlic going bitter. And to assist with the browning, good idea to add the beef stock liquid now. You know, there's only one word that describes this. The onions must be slop. Can you see? They've watered down completely. Right. Now we add the wine. And I think there's just about half a cup of wine left in this bottle. Throw the wine in. We put the stove on its highest heat, and now we boil this very fast to reduce the wine out. Now this is just nicely reduced. Can you see the wine is boiled out? Uncooked wine doesn't give a good taste. And the beauty of using this little liquid stock, can you see that the color isn't that horrible purple color that you sometimes get? Now we're just going to dilute the sauce a little bit with some water. And now we put our baby back, come sweetheart, into the pan. And this is one of the reasons why you must not overcook the sausage. Now let's just go back to our polenta. And you can see it's thickened beautifully. Now at that stage, when it's still piping hot, nice and thick, then you can add the butter. And you can add the blue cheese. If you're not a blue cheese fan, then you certainly can use a nice mature cheddar, grated mature cheddar. Oh, this butter. There is nothing to substitute butter. That's fine. Don't over mix it. You still want little blobs of blue cheese. Right. Now the polenta is ready with the blue cheese and the butter in it. And the sausage and its gravy is delicious. And all I can say, kom kerels, die kos is reg.